So
Yeah.
I think that the spiritual side of things is the most important thing for you to truly have a joyful life, because if you don't have that one day, if you're lucky enough, your whole life's going to get flipped upside down. You're going to be like, damn, I was chasing all the wrong stuff.
Yep. Chasing illusions.
Illusions.
And I would agree. I think one of the greatest reminders is that one day we will die. And so, maybe it's a bit of a generational gap, but I see within my generation, it's constant competitiveness. People are comparing, themselves to each other, and oh, I have the faster car, I have more money, I have more women, this type of thing. All of that is useless. All of that is meaningless in my view, in a way, because when you look at these people who are described as being successful, do they truly have peace of mind? And I don't think so. I think especially in the modern day, like especially when it comes to money, it just seems to be more problems on one or more problems on top of each other. And I don't want that. I just want peace of mind.
Yeah, I think now I'm ready for both. And when I say both, I mean the spiritual side and the money side, just because I know that it would be utilized more as a tool, whereas before it would have been more of entertainment, satisfying what I would say are delusional desires, in my opinion. So I also think that to truly grow spiritually, you have to, at some point in your life, give up, money, monetary value. I truly believe that's the one of the only ways you can actually truly get to that spiritual place that you need to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, there's a guy called Gary Vee, and he is like one of these entrepreneurial guys, but he says, who you are as a person is not measured by what's in your bank account or how many followers you have. All of that is literally meaningless. Like, you should never be measuring who you are based off these metrics.
Yeah, Gary Vee is a very outspoken rich dude, right? Who like cusses a lot, and he says, he basically doesn't care.
Yeah. Maybe the antithesis of what we're talking about here, but sometimes he says truth.
Yeah, no, no, no. I wouldn't say antithesis. I mean, I thought that was a really good point. I was just pointing that out to make sure I was thinking of the right person.
Yeah, it's him.
Okay. Yeah, I actually got when I first, had my calling or enlightenment or whatever you people call it. I really ragged on things like money and stuff, and I realized that wasn't quite the way to go. Um, I was still getting rid of my ego, which was inflated even more at the beginning of my spiritual awakening. But as I learned, I realized that that needed to be checked. And I realized that there's nothing good that can come from an ego like that, thinking you're right because you figured something out and other people didn't, you know? And how do they, like, how do you help them, right? So, my opinion, the most important thing in this life, the purpose of it is to connect or not connect, realize your connection to consciousness and have that self realization evolvement or evolving as you grow in this human experience that carries on through eternity,
Very well put.
right? Because so, I always wonder why it took so long. Because, bro, when I tell you I knew nothing about spirituality, nothing whatsoever. Okay. And hold on, YouTube. I think that reason why people aren't staying around is because we're not fully engaged in what you guys are saying. So, like Robert came in, he said, yo. But, anyways,